Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a new lesson. It's about email writing. Write an email to an organization. So, what is an email? An email is an electronic means of communication, right? So, it's electronic. And it's also like a letter, but we write it on a phone or a computer. So, that's how it's different from a letter. So, if we compare the difference between an email and a letter, so there is some difference. So what's the difference between an email and a letter? Letter, email, email, letter. Good. So the difference is that a letter is written with a pen and delivered by a postman. So we'll write it with a pen, using a pen and a paper, right? But for the email, it's written on a keyboard or a keypad and it's delivered using internet. Okay? So that's the difference. So how to write an email? So first, before talking about how to write an email, what's the purpose behind writing an email? If you see here, we have here a web page of an organization. عندنا هنا واحد l'organisation, a web page web, and we have a lot of organizations. So شنو هو le but اللي يخليني أنني نكتب أنا email? Why do I need to write an email? So I will write an email to apply, for example, to join an organization, to apply for a job, most importantly, to communicate with foreigners. So writing an email is a skill that is very important. And as you see here in this website, Rocket Reach, أنا عندي واحد الويب سايت ديال واحد الكامبين واحد global organization that tries to improve education all across the world. Good. So if I want to communicate with them, I need to write an email. Good. So how to write an email? So as you see here, this is a page, a Gmail page, right? We have many email companies that enable us to write an email. عندنا بزاف ديال الطرق باش نكتبوا ايميل وواحدة منهم هي Gmail. Good. So first, I go and I write the receiver's address here above, and then under it تحت منا كنديرو the main topic of the email. Good. So and then I come and try to open my email by writing dear Mr. or Mrs. somebody to whom I'm writing the email, because this is a formal email. I will not say dear Jake or dear Flan, dear Hamza, right? So I'm going to write formally dear Mr. plus family name. So dear plus Mr. family name or Mrs. Good. And what comes after this? So what comes after introducing or starting the email is talking about the purpose of the email. So I am writing this email to, right? دابا خصني نهضر على الهدف ديال الايميل، علاش كنكتب انا هاد الايميل. Good. في الحالة ديالنا we're writing to an organization, so we're asking for help or for support. And then I mention details. And when I finish ملي كنسالي, I just finish by yours sincerely or faithfully, and I close. And now I will repeat the procedure and غنحاول نعاود la procedure. So first, to, I mention the receiver's address. So for example, I will just write receiver, for example, mail.com, right? And then I mention the subject. So what the subject is about, for example, the main subject, asking, for example, for support. Okay? So the receiver is above, and then under the receiver, the subject, which is asking for support. So the receiver can be an organization or whatever. And then I start opening. Dear Mr. President, I need to mention the name of the president. Dear Mrs. Forster or whoever the president is. So I am writing this email, right, to talk or to let you know, for example, about the situation, right, or about the issues, for example, in my town, right? So the situations in my town. Good. So for example, I can talk about schools or I can talk about my area, or I can talk about job opportunities. What do I have in my town and what do I need? Is it clear? And then I just finish with talking about more details. This is just the beginning, and it's up to you to write whatever details you want to include in your email. Bon, كنبدا بالreceiver. مورا كندير topic. من بعد I start the email by dear, opening, and then the purpose, الهدف ديال writing the email. I am writing this email to let you know about this situation in my town. We have a lot of spaces here that are not used, right? This is just an example. And you continue. أشنو بغيتي نتا مورا هادشي? Is it clear? Good.